Hi, I'm Alina. I'm one of the members of the Alopecia UK Youth Voice Board. Today, me and some of my fellow Youth Voice Board members are going to be putting our questions to each other and having a bit of a chat in the hope that some other young people with alopecia hear this and feel less alone. So my first question for anyone is, what would you tell your younger self about alopecia? Gwen?
I'd tell my younger self that people don't really care what you think and shouldn't be so self-conscious about it, because once you find like the right group of friends, they will treat you nice and they'll just accept it.
Lydia?
That it's not as scary as it seems, because I remember when I was younger and going to the hospitals and like you didn't really understand it and it seemed so scary, like your hair falling out is not normal to you. So I would tell myself that it's not as scary as it was meant, like it seemed to be.
Isla?
Not stress out about it and just try and relax and not worry about it too much.
Yeah, definitely.
My question is, do you feel confident with your alopecia, and how long did it take for you to gain that confidence?
Sylvia?
At first, I tried to hide it. So I had my alopecia from 2018, and only now I'm talking about, obviously I'm here and I'm talking about it. So yeah, it took me a long time to get used to it.
Annie?
Definitely before I shaved my head, I was really self-conscious about it. But as soon as I saw my bald head, I kind of just wanted to like show everyone, because I just thought it was such like a cool thing that I didn't really see like a need to hide from it anymore. Yeah.
Lydia?
I'm the same as Annie, really. When I was younger, I had these patches at the back of my head, and I used to, because my hair was so thin and it looked like I'd not brushed it for like weeks, because it was just so, like there was different lengths and everything. But once I shaved my head when I was like 9, I kind of gained that confidence because it didn't look as messy and it kind of looked a lot more neater.
Yeah.
So my question is, how do you feel when people ask you about your alopecia?
I do feel uncomfortable at times, but then I just understand that people don't know about it and they're just curious.
Annie?
I actually encourage people to ask about it because I want to create the awareness around the alopecia and make other people understand about it.
Gwen?
Like Annie, I'm very open about it, and I think the more people that know about it, the better.
My question is, what is your favorite thing about having alopecia?
Lydia?
But on summer days, you don't get warm whilst having hair, because like you can just take your wig off if you want, and it's a lot more comfortable as well. Like I hear everyone complaining that the hair is all making them all hot and things, and I just sat there with no hair and chilling.
Isla?
You can never have a bad hair day whenever you have alopecia.
Definitely. Gwen?
I think the fact that it makes me unique, like how many other people have got patches that are exactly like mine, so that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
When did you start feeling comfortable wearing wigs? Like, when did you start experimenting with wigs as well?
Annie?
So I got my first wig a couple of weeks after I was diagnosed with alopecia, and it was very similar to what my natural hair was. So that, because I didn't want people to know, but I've definitely come a long way, because I've now got like a pink wig and I've got all these different colors, and nobody mentions it. It's just normal to have different coloured hair on different days now.
Sylvia.
So I don't wear wigs every day, but like a year after I had my alopecia, I bought my own like wig. It was not real hair. It was so bad. It looked so cheap, but it was just fun to like play around with it, curl it. It was fun.
What's the best advice you have ever had about having alopecia?
Annie.
It's definitely that hair doesn't define you. It doesn't make you a person. It just sits on your head. And I think people make such a big deal about losing your hair when actually some people might see that it's a loss of your identity, but it could also make your identity and it's now part of you. So it's definitely that it doesn't like make you who you are.
100%, yeah. Lydia.
The best advice I've been given is to not care what people think, and also if someone does say something, don't take it personally, because there's always going to be that someone that doesn't like how you look or doesn't agree with you having no hair, or is just wanting to say that comment, and like not to take it personally because they're just doing it just to be annoying.
Yeah.
What is the most useful products that you have found so far?
Sylvia.
For me, it was like when I was losing hair at the front here, it was like the root pencils you can get. You can get them in like loads of different colours, and you just literally draw your hair on. Yeah, and that's really good.
Annie.
I've definitely found my eyebrows started coming out a couple weeks ago, and I've definitely found the temporary tattoos really helpful because nobody can tell that they're not real. And I've also got more compliments from the temporary tattoos than I have actually about my real eyebrows. So I think they make them look really natural. So
Yeah, that's the same with me. I use them. They're really good. Lydia.
Probably like eyebrow pencils, because I've got told not to use eyebrow tattoos, or whoever recommended me them, because I've got like hair coming through, and then some people have said like they take the hair off sometimes. But I use eyebrow pencils, and like my stepmom draws them on for me and things. I found them helpful because like I always think eyebrows kind of shape your face as well. Personally, like when I have no eyebrows, I don't mind it, but when I have eyebrows, I feel a lot more confident because I don't know, it just looks better personally in my eyes.
Yeah, that's the same with me. Like when I've not got eyebrows on, I just feel like really bare. But yeah, that's all our questions. Thank you everyone for sharing, and I hope people found this interesting and useful.